Over 100 West Virginia high school students walk out after being forced to attend an evangelical service. Students at a West Virginia public high school were in between classes when they were told that they had to attend an evangelical Christian revival service. They sat down for the assembly. They were told to raise their hands and close their eyes in prayer and give their lives over to Jesus Christ. Yeah. Fucking shit. I had a class in high school my senior year. I was the host, producer, director, all the different shit for this show. We did like a morning news show. And one time they played a Black Sabbath song as like our bumper music as we were coming back from, our little commercial break. It was like, it sounds like we're worshiping Satan down here. This class needs some churching. They yanked me off of that show for saying that. According to ABC News, 16-year-old Cameron Mays sent a text to his father as he sat through the assembly and asked, "Is this legal?" The answer is no. ABC News points out the assembly was not legal. It was a direct violation of the U.S. Constitution, prompting over 100 students to stage a walkout in protest, chanting, "Separate the church and state," and "My faith, my choice." Good on them. Oh, do we have video of it? Fuck yeah.
If I were to ask how many of you believe in this man, most of you would raise your hands and say yes. And if you believe that everything in this book is true, then you must also believe the parts about judgment, about heaven and hell. And so the first option you have is hearing him say,
if you believe everything in that book is true, you're a fucking moron. And if you believe everything in that book is true, then you should shut the fuck up. First of all, it tells you not to pray in public like the hypocrites. So you shouldn't have led that class in prayer. 2, it tells you to give everything you own to the poor. But you don't really believe in everything in that book, do you, you piece of shit?
well done.
The separation of church and state and religious freedom as a concept are founding basic tenets of this country, and the kind of culture and lifestyle that we all live. And just to see that defamed and ignored in such a blatant way, it's disheartening. And we would very much like to see some kind of formal disciplinary action taken against the teachers that force their students to attend.
And so the first option you have is hearing him say, "Well done." The second thing that might happen to you is he might look at you like maybe like some.
So the Cabell County Schools spokesperson, Jed Flowers, said the event was only voluntary. But 2 teachers mistakenly believed it was mandatory, so that's how they're covering their asses.
If you look at some people.
But I want to read something.
What's up, Ginger?
I want to apologize.
Use my full government name in chat.
I was not familiar with the people associated with Christian athletes. I thought they would be discussing choices and goals with you. I should have had us
in Huntington, West Virginia.
To be rude.
Because, my son said the teacher and faculty and administration were there, and they were praying alongside people from this ministry. They were participating in it as if it were a church service. So if she was somehow shocked as to what was going on at the time, she sure didn't act like it. When it
got called out. Evangelical preacher Nick Walker says he's been leading what he calls a revival in the area and invited students to this church event that night.
That's something we'd never force on anybody, and we have no enemies. Whether it's in a church or in a school or on the street, the vision is to give hope by showing people Jesus.
Why don't you actually follow what Jesus taught? That's my thing with Christians. If you guys would just do the things that Jesus taught, I wouldn't have an issue with you. But you don't. Bethany Fellington said her Jewish son felt he had no choice but to attend the assembly, and when he asked to leave, the teacher told him their classroom door was locked, so he had to stay. It's a completely unfair and unacceptable situation to put a teenager in, she said. I'm not knocking their faith, but there's a time and a place for everything, and in public schools, during the school day, is not the time or the place. Ma'am, let me give you an amen on that one.